But anyways, let's move on from that conversation. Let's get some quick notes here. And that's that Malcolm Brogdon, who last suited up in the NBA regular season with the Washington Wizards, is actually retired. So let me just ask this to Troy. I saw that you had a post on X. What are you thinking of Brogdon's future here?
Man, I think it's very interesting that Brogdon, kind of went through the whole offseason, trying to get his body back together, and then just decided like a week before the season that, you know what, maybe this isn't for me anymore. And so, one of the things that I found out from, covering the team from the last season was that Malcolm really enjoyed his time in D.C. I know that, his wife's family is from the DMV area, and so I would not be surprised if, he ended up eventually settling in this area to, live post-career. And so, one of the things that I also learned was that Malcolm Brogdon, he trained at the Wizards practice facility up until July 1st, the day that free agency started, because he was technically still a Wizard. And so that when he left the building, though, like that, he was very appreciative of everyone there. He personally went around and thanked every single person in the building, for just the amount of work and help that they gave to him over his one season here. And so, if he wants to get into coaching, I think that the Wizards would be lucky to have him being a part. Maybe he wants to scout. Maybe he wants to do something. But, if he wants to, work in basketball as a post-career, they call this guy the president. I think he could be anything he wants to be. He could be a GM of a team. He could be, a scout. He could be a coach. Like, if he wants to, get into basketball, I think it would behoove the Wizards to, try to see if they can get him on our team.
Yeah, no, shout out to Malcolm Brogdon, possibly one of the best modern UVA grads that came out there. He is, I have to put that out there, and because our station is a UVA guy. But I will say this, for Malcolm, he is comfortable in D.C. You could tell that he had a little tighter connection being in D.C. despite all the spots he's been. And I definitely see him making D.C. his home, especially with his in-laws being from here, being from the DMV, and he's actually felt very comfortable being here. Yeah, without a doubt, I think he's going to be something within the Wizards organization in the near future.
Yeah, fun note on him, too. He retired without ever having been assessed a technical foul in over 13,000 minutes of NBA basketball.
That's a genuinely great
wild
guy. That's a nice guy right there.
For real.
Stand up, fella.